When you have the dry weather that we have right now, you notice the humidity is lower today than it was over the weekend. When you have that drier air in place, it not only cools rapidly like it did last night with those lows this morning in the 30s, but it also warms rapidly. So that's why we are feeling the warmth today. That, and combined with all this plentiful sunshine that we have, leads us to this pretty picture from the Highland Furniture River City Grill camera out at Marble Falls. A very pretty sky and a very calm wind. We don't see much rippling in the water right now. Pollen count for this day looks at medium numbers for ash, grass, and oak. All three lower, but still in medium thresholds as they were over the weekend. Elm is low. It is lower today. There is no cedar today, so we're happy about that. Hickory, mulberry, willow, and mold are all low too. Only the willow is a little bit lower number on this page versus where it was at this time yesterday. All right, lows were in the 30s this morning. Most highs today in the upper half of the 60s to low 70s. This will still be below normal. We have that dry north wind that will continue through the afternoon, and at times we may get some brief gusts into the mid and upper teens. And then here are your minimum temperatures. Notice that the normal low again tomorrow morning is 57 degrees at Camp Mabry, 54 at the airport, so mid and upper 50s, and we'll be well below that with the area lows mostly in the lower half of the 40s. A few upper 30s sprinkled across parts of Milam and on into the western section of the hill country. These are the 2 to 3 o'clock gusts today. Again, not much versus where we had them for the Kite Festival on Saturday, and that continued yesterday with peak gust of 36 at Bergstrom and also at LaGrange. Today our gusts get no higher than maybe the upper teens to around 20. Now, as far as the future goes, winds will be docile tomorrow, all things considered, but then they start to go back up on Wednesday. Here is 10 o'clock Wednesday morning on to 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, and we're finding some gusts coming out of the south at around 20 to 25 miles per hour, and some maybe a little bit higher than that, and then these speeds start to diminish down to around 15 to 20 in gusts as we get to sunset on Wednesday, and then Thursday morning the forecast is for the winds to be a little bit stronger, again coming out of the south. High pressure is over North Texas this afternoon, ridging back towards us to give us that north wind. In the upper atmosphere, that low, which gave us what little rain we had Friday night into Saturday morning, goes away, and now we're looking at a dry wind flow. This is why it's going to be quiet through the week. That dry flow aloft will continue as the ridge continues to build. Here's Friday, and even into the weekend, we see the northwest flow aloft until sometime late on Sunday into Monday, and then we see more of a northwest to west flow, and that will still retard any potential for some rain across the area. Sunny day, a clear night. That forecast goes all the way out into the weekend. The only thing that shows up is this cold front comes in on Thursday afternoon, giving us a northeast wind temporarily, and then we're back to a south wind by the weekend, and a few clouds come into our area on Monday. But today, just sunshine, 71, 5 to 10 on the wind speed. Some may be a little higher than that. And then there we go with your lows in the 40s tomorrow morning, some 30s in the outlying areas. Mid and upper 70s Tuesday, low to mid 80s Wednesday, mid and upper 80s Thursday. There's your little bit of a cool down, if you want to call it that, low to mid 80s on Friday, more 80s on Saturday, and some hit 90 on Sunday.